Right, 2119, good luck. That is Solomon Islands. Let's go back to the Carol. Okay, we've not played before. There's no head-to-head score under the description there. Okay, you can pretty much pre-move d5 in the Carol. He plays the advance, so we pretty much always play the bishop to f5. Bishop up in trade is common, but we're trying to stop white playing e6. So play e6 ourselves. g4, we just drop the bishop back. So let's just see what white chooses to do. Yeah, the main principle here is we want to stop white being able to sack the pawn by deflecting the bishop and then smashing the structure open. So that's what we're really trying for, is to stop this. So bishop up, we just trade and then we play e6. He has gone for g4, so we normally just drop our bishop straight back. And then we'll just prepare a nice early e6 and then try and push on this side. So it turns into maybe more of a French. Chesscom call it the Caro-Kann Defense Advanced Bayonet Attack. I'm just in principle looking to play e6 here. And then it just create a potential check if this pawn moves. He has launched the pawn there, so that kind of naturally pushes us into e6, doesn't it? So we could play a queen across and attack this pawn and say, are you going to bother to defend it? But I guess you just get a natural development move with your bishop. And I don't think we want the queen here, so I'm just going to play the early e6. If takes, I guess we take back this way. We don't want to take here and still allow this pawn push, so we just take this way. Get our bishop up somewhere, get the knight up, and hope we can castle, depending on how white's attack pans out. I mean, potentially we can go queenside, potentially, but it depends, obviously, what moves that white makes. Excuse me. So he's played knight up. So my natural reply is to play a development move with the bishop and pin the knight. And then we're threatening a move like queen up, or just to get our knight developed. Knight here. h5. I think I want to castle that side. I'm just debating again. Do I want to go g6? But I think it invites trouble. So if I go g6, it just invites white to attack a bit more. But ultimately, white will be trying to develop the bishop here, so I'm going to play knight up. And ultimately, you want to obviously do this. I'm really off with my arrows, aren't I? And I've reinforced the pawn here as well now with the knight, so potentially we could even push with a move like c5. So this is where we have to commit. We trade or we drop back. We invite pressure. We drop back. We get completely bogged down. So I'm just going to take there. But I do have the option to take here. And if bishop up, my knight gets a really lovely square. That looks very nice, doesn't it? I think I should take there. And just try and pop the knight right bang in the middle of the board. Then if he was to give up the bishop and take back, we'd be happy with the pawn structure, be safe for castling. Okay, so let's come forward, attack this bishop. If he takes, we'd take this way. I mean, I guess we'd still consider this, but we're trying to blockade this pawn from pushing. Oh, and he has taken. Ooh. I did not expect that, but if I do this, it still leaves this possibility open. If I take this way, it gives my knight a square, so if he comes here, I can then blockade and still potentially castle. And I guess if he comes here, we could potentially push on. The bishop might get in. So we just develop the knight attacking the bishop, attack the pawn, and then drop the knight back with a view to trying to castle. But now that light squared bishop has gone, it makes it just a little bit easier to go that way. A little bit risk is taken out, but not all of it. He's preparing a very quick attack. He might still go queenside. So let's just see what our opponent chooses to do. And it's not easy to create an attack now, is it? If he leaves the bishop there, he's rock solid. The knight's not going to go anywhere forward. So the knight might need to do this in any event. Get the rook across just in case, and then we just want to see where the white king ends up. And equally, my queen goes here now. Can't go here. If I go here, there's no immediate targets. We do potentially have bishop here, though, to try and restrict his castling. Knight there deals with it. Knight here. Maybe bishop here is a move. Let's see what he does. Let's just see. Yeah, he has indeed played that bishop move, so this is where I thought I need to play knight here. I can't stop him coming in. Now I could throw a check in and he plays b4, but I could play a queen here and attack the pawn. He gets knight up, then we could maybe counter, or we can just drop the knight back. But I think knight up is a very natural development move. Hit the bishop. He's likely going to come in. I mean, he could go here and tempt a pawn push first, but he's likely to come here. We've got knight back, and then we need to castle before he gets the queen and the bishop lined up. Like, say, queen here, something like that. And I'm also considering, is queen here or queen here a potential move? That gives him a knight development move, but then queen to f4. Now, queen's in a nice advanced position, but again, if I ever play knight back, I can't castle, so... And do I do this, break my pawn structure up? I don't think I want to do that. If he comes in, we do have this move, and we can attack this pawn and double attack this pawn, so... But we lose castling rights, so the king is... it's a bit dangerous and a bit dangerous, but there is an immediate threat to take the bishop. Yeah, bishop in here, queen here. Like I say, we have a double attack and a threat to take a centre pawn, so knight up and we could still take here. But maybe you want that, you castle, and now our queen's a bit perilous. So it's probably a poison pawn. So I'm looking at knight back if his bishop's here. We just prepare castling, or maybe queen up. Again, depends what he does. If he plays a move like this, then we take here. Then it stops us developing this side. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the pawn on b2, the more I look at it, the more I think it's a poison pawn if he brings his bishop in. I don't see how I get my queen back into the game, but maybe it is a free pawn, but then my king is so perilous not castled. But can I launch one with h5 to try and take the sting out white doing a big attack? h5 and g6, but I don't have a dark squared bishop. Oh, wait, opponent is disconnected. We had this, was it yesterday or the day before? And we've had it twice now, where games have been settled because our opponents have left the game. It says member is offline, but he was shown as having an excellent connection, wasn't he? And again, that flag, he's got a Solomon Islands flag, which doesn't mean that's where he actually is. Can pick any flag, but it could be an internet connection issue, but it might be that he's just left the game. But at least you don't have to wait too mega long. So the game's been settled by an abandonment. That's 3 of them now. 3 of them. Okay, well, we review it. It's not much of a game. It's only 12 moves, but we'll just review it anyway, just because I reviewed all of them.
Nice win. Let's review it together.
It's basically just an opening, though. We've only really played an opening. I mean, it's only 12 moves, so that's why these figures impressive from both of us. 91-2, 93-6. Okay, so knight, he doesn't get a tick for that, and yet the accuracy is virtually the same. Okay, let's just review it.
This is the most popular starting move in chess. This moves your bishop to a safer square. Your opponent had only one good move there, and they missed it.
And you can see on the graph here, it is basically level the whole way through, and it's essentially level. So yeah, he's supposed to play a pawn forward there instead of here. And then he's gained this same idea, takes, and he's clamping our position down a little bit.
This is the only move that a straightforward recapture.
Oops.
Your better option was to strike at the center with a pawn.
So I should have played c5 instead of going for this, but I only took there to make room for the knight, but the better option was to play c5, okay?
A clear recapture. You gained control of more squares with this excellent knight move.
Again, the other option was to develop the knight this way.
Their better move was to develop a knight and attack the center. You take back. They've stopped you from castling. leaving your king more exposed.
And you can see h4 was the other move to consider there.
This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center.
And then the game is unfortunately over due to our opponent leaving, so it is what it is.